Let's get into round 24 of the National Rugby League, and we start with an absolute cracker. This game live on SEN. We're going to be out there tomorrow for the run home with Joel and Fletch, and then into the call after Sports Day. Panthers take on the Melbourne Storm. Talk that Dylan Edwards and James Fisher-Harris will play.
Yeah, that's my mail as well. Dylan Edwards trained today. I didn't know that James Fisher-Harris. I thought he was going to be one next week, but by all reports, they are going to play. Which does it change your mindset at all?
Liam Martin's out. Scott Sorensen's still out. Mav Geyer and Liam Henry to start in the back row. Eli Katoa comes back for the Melbourne Storm. I just kind of feel like it's now or never for the Melbourne Storm, Brian. And the other thing they have up their sleeve is, as I said earlier, they've beat Penrith this year. They've beaten the Roosters twice. They've beaten the Bulldogs. So all the major contenders, some will say the Sharks, but right now the major contenders are those three. And they've gone past all of them. So I've got to stay with them.
Where the Melbourne Storm are very, very good, very good. Jerome Hughes plays inside the opposing back row, and he's got Eli Katoa steaming outside the back row.
Yep.
The Panthers have got young Maverick
and Liam
Henry. Now, Liam Henry is a front rower who's been coming on. It's a big ask to defend against any first-grade rugby league side when you're not really used to it, let alone a Jerome Hughes scheming with an Eli Katoa and a Sean Blaw steaming on the outside. So I'm sort of with you now.
I'm on Munster watch. This is a great matchup. Well, in fact, if Dylan Edwards plays, you've got... What about the spine in this match if Dylan Edwards plays? And who is the better spine, by the way? So you've got Dylan Edwards at fullback. You've got Jerome Luai, Cleary and Mitch Kenny taking on Ryan Pappenhausen, Cameron Munster, Jerome Hughes and Harry Grant.
Wow.
That's great, isn't it?
I reckon they cancel each other out.
Yeah. What a great spine for both teams. That is massive. Nathan Cleary's on fire at the moment. 64 points in his past 4 games, putting the Panthers on his back. Brian Tottle loves playing the Storm. 6 tries in his past 4 games. And it's game 150 for Josh King. I'm saying the Storm by 4. What's your final say?
I'm going to say a try. And I'm going to say a Will Warbrick just climbing over Brian Tottle to get the clincher.
Okay. All right. Looking forward to that. Now, the Seagulls take on the Warriors. This game also live on SEN at 4 Pines Park, the venue. 6 p.m. is the kickoff. Josh Oshaole, he returns for Seagulls. Tyler Kula has been listed as the 18th man. Now, Brian, just on that, with a fully fit Manly backline, who makes way? If Tyler Kula is fit, who makes way? I'd be loath to drop Lee Hopewadi.
Oh, you can't drop him.
No.
You cannot drop him.
So who?
I'd say Tommy.
Tommy Talau. He's flying. He's their top try scorer.
Yeah. Well, Ruben's got to be there. Obviously for goal kicking reasons. Saab.
Tough, isn't it?
Yeah. Actually, you know who I'd drop? I'd drop Saab.
Would you?
Put Willie Talau. Tommy Talau on the wing.
Kohler's
got to be in there.
He'd definitely go in?
I think so.
Okay.
He's that X factor.
Yeah, that's cool. Mark Bosnich's going to join us very, very shortly. We have got the Seagulls who have won 8 of their past 9 games at 4 Pines Park. Could easily be 9 from 9 because they led the Raiders 20 points to 0. Sean Johnson back for the Warriors. Adam Pompey, Marcello Montoya, they're all back on deck as well. And Luke Metcalf. Yeah. Geez, they've missed him, haven't they?
He's named, so he'll play. Remember we spoke to Coach Webster?
Yep.
He said, I think I'll just give him one more
He'll play
in second grade. Yep, I think he'll play.
All right. So Tamari Martin makes way, does he?
Yes.
With Sean Johnson back in the side, unless Sean Johnson pulls out a game like he did last week. The Warriors have only won 1 of their past 5 games at 4 Pines Park. Tommy Talau has 10 tries, and as I said, 15 tries for the year, which 10 from his last 9, I should say, but 15 for the year. He's their leading try scorer. Dallin Waiteni's Lesniak has scored 5 tries in his past 2 games against the Seagulls, so he loves taking them on. Of course, they had the draw earlier in the year. How important will that 1 point be for Manly? They had the win, and then, of course, Sean Johnson stays down, get the penalty goal, they go to extra time, and that game would ultimately be a draw. Roosters take on Parramatta.
Can I go back to this? Holiday Roaders, what are we doing here? It's 16 and a half, isn't it? 15 and a half? What's the start?
It is Holiday Road, yeah.
Are we going near it?
Oh, maybe. I'm a bit scorned from the last one.
But you got to get back on the
on
the horse.
Yeah, I know. I hadn't thought about it. It is Holiday Road, and you're probably right. Roosters take on the Eels, Brian. They've refused to put the queue in the rack. The Parramatta Eels?
Yeah, they've been gutsy. I know what Baz has been saying for them, but they've been really good in defence early on. For about 60 minutes, they sort of fall away a little bit. So I think this might be a bridge too far.
What did you say when I asked you about would you play Blaze Talangi?
I said yes.
So you would?
I'd play him.
You would? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd play him.
I can see cases for both. I mean, he's just signed with Penrith, so do you want to get more game time into him, who's going to be a foe next year? Maybe to try and blood someone else? I don't know. I could understand either way.
I reckon if Brad Arthur was still there, he's not playing.
It's because it's an interim coach who's just wanting to win this game.
Good for the resume.
If Jason Riles could have his say on it, he wouldn't be playing. He'd want to see someone else.
Yeah, but I don't think they've got any. They've got a really bad injury list. You're not going. What are you going to throw Morgan Harper in?
Well, that's the point, I suppose. The Eels have won only 1 from 9 away games in 2024, so that's been a real problem for them. And Joseph Akuso Swali'i, 6 tries in 4 games against the Eels, so he loves taking them on. Mike Acevo has been listed amongst the reserves. Could he be back for Parramatta? Team news for the Bulldogs taking on the Dolphins. This game in Bundaberg for the NRL's Country Series, thanks to Telstra. And Jamin Salmon, he's swimming back upstream, Brian. And Mark Nichols has been replaced by Lachlan Hubner. Yeah.
Danger game. Danger game for the Dogs. Big danger game.
Why do you say they've been up for a bit?
Yeah, they've been up for a bit. And, we've been saying this for a long time. The way they defend takes a lot of effort. Geez, you've got to be fit to the way they defend. So... who
has the crowd there in Bundaberg? Up there in Queensland, the Dogs have only won 2 of their last 9, so it'll be dominantly... They're a big club, Canterbury.
Yeah,
Dolphins. Definitely Dolphins. Okay.
I've tipped the Bulldogs, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's an upset.
Tell you what, this is snuck under the radar. I hadn't noticed this. Jermaine Asako, Brian, how many goals in a row has he kicked?
25.
28.
28
goals in a row, Jermaine Asako.
What's the record?
I think Haslam's got, is it 35 or something?
47.
Oh,
47, of course.
Yes.
Of course it's 47.
I think it's around 35, El Masri perhaps. 197 points. He's 15 points clear of Valentine Holmes, looking to go back-to-back for the leading point scorer. And Cody Nikorima, who's been rewarded with a 2-year extension, he's playing game 200. What a career he's had, and what a 5 weeks Bronson Sherry's had. 5 tries in his past 5 games, well and truly cementing that left centre position, Brian.
And we were worried at the start of the year if he was going to make the team. Well, he's certainly proven everyone wrong. I thought he was ready. We watched a few of those New South Wales Cup games. He was ready after week 1.
So Tourist has the SEN stat boffins behind him, and Tourist, you're confirming that El Masri does have the record.
35, 2003.
35 in a row.
Oh, let's get around him.
35.
Come on,
I think Nathan Cleary had 29, this says here as well,
Did
1
he?
point.
Okay.
The Iceman.
I love how Nathan Cleary gets his head right over his feet. Like he's just head down, follow through. Cowboys and the Raiders, both off big, significant losses, and the axe has been wielded. Chad Townsend, Chad has been dropped to reserves. Jake Clifford replaces him, so a big change only a month or so out from the finals. Jeremiah Nanai, he's out with a head knock. Geez, they've had no luck keeping these back rowers together. It's either been Lukey, Finifawaki, or Nanai out. So Finifawaki on this occasion is going to start, Brian.
Well, he's a big out, Nanai. Chatty Townsend, that's very, very interesting. Is it just to give him a bit of a serve, a bit of a wake-up call? Or if they go on to win and Jake Clifford goes okay, could that be Tata Chad?
Was Raymond Fatala-Marin a captain at the Dogs?
Yes.
He was.
Club captain, but
not captain. No. So who else has been a captain and within 12 months been dropped out of the first grade side? Not many in the history of the game, really, is there?
Not many, if any.
From captain to being dropped out of the team. I can't recall too many of those. He was captain last year. Jordan Rapin is a big out for Canberra. Ethan Strange comes in at centre.
Oh.
And that means that going to fullback is Sebastian Chris. The Cowboys have won their last 5 games against the Raiders, so they do love playing them. And the Raiders have only won 1. They've only won 2 of their past 8 away games.
Who do you like?
Oh, Cowboys, but not super confident.
Yeah.
You?
Yeah, same. That stat is damning, the away games.
Yeah. Cowboys 5'8", Tom Dearden plays game 100. Gee, he's had a great career to this point. Mickey. West Tigers and the Rabbitohs, bit torn. There's 2 trains of thought here. I feel like the West Tigers either get up for this and win the game, or it's also the type of game where Cody Walker can just destroy a team. So I don't know yet where I'm landing. This game's at Campbelltown Sports Stadium, Brian, Saturday at 7:35pm. Young Luke Lawlilly is back from concussion. Good young player. Alex Seafarth replaces Ruben Porter, who's been playing well. And Tallis Duncan comes in for Michael Cheekham.
If Caesar plays, I'm tipping the Tigers.
He is playing, isn't he?
Well, he's named, but he got taken off. He's the key to him. This is both holiday roaders.
Yeah, West Tigers, they're at Campbelltown, only won from their last 11.
It was the last game they played there, they won.
What about this stat? So the Rabbitohs play their first game at Campbelltown since when, Brian?
Oh, gosh. Had to be in the 90s. 97?
99.
99.
So in other words, they've never, ever played the West Tigers here?
No, definitely not.
The Western Suburbs Magpies.
You know what? I'm going the Tigers, just because I need to climb up this ladder.
Yep. Okay.
Tigers.
Let me just see if you can guess some of these players for this particular game. South Sydney win this game in round 15, 16 points to 10.
16 points to 10.
Okay. Okay.
It's retro round.
I'm going to give you two forwards who start in jumpers number 10 and jumpers number 11, and both feature at times on SEN for South Sydney in 1999.
Okay. Spud.
Correct.
And Critchley? James?
Yes.
Yes.
James Francis Critchley Smith.
And would the Craig Wing variety hour, would have he been playing at 1 or 6?
6.
6.
Geez, they had a rough time that year, didn't they? The South Sydney Rabbitohs. The hooker, great rhyming slang for the Western Suburbs Magpies.
Oh, Cherry
Mesher.
Cherry Mesher.
Jerry Mesher, the late Tommy Rodonicus, the coach of the Magpies, and Tucker Coleman, the coach of the South Sydney Rabbitohs in 1999. Tim Brasher picks up 2 and has a big game in front of 12,193. That was the 12th of June in 1999. Wow.
25 years ago.
Long time ago. There you go. So that's how that one's playing out. As far as the next game is concerned, this is tricky. Dragons and the Titans, Sunday afternoon, slick, quick, Win Stadium, Brian.
Yeah, no Flanagan. The Titans were very, very ordinary last week, but Dragons down there at Win Stadium, it's like a fortress.
It is.
So we expect Jackie Bird to play 6 and to be a running 5/8.
And it's International Bring Your Brother Day. The Couchman boys are going to be there. The Fine boys are going to be there. The Molo boys are going to be there. And the Fafita boys are going to be there, Brian.
Is that
I could have used that with the Rabbi.
Yeah.
Anyway, never mind. Both from all listed as 18th man. They've missed him. Brian Kelly replaces AJ Brimson. He just can't stay on the field, AJ. Aaron Clark replaces Mo Fodawaker. He's not doing not a bad job, Aaron Clark, up front.
Now, I don't know what position he sort of is. He's sort of been on a lot of... He's at a bit of a back row, a bit of a hooking. Yeah, he's a tough kid, really tough kid. And he was one of the player that gave it away. He gave the game away, just wasn't happy with it.
100%.
A bit like Chanel.
Yep, that's exactly right. A 53rd player joins the 300 club, the illustrious 300 club, and that man is Kieran Foran. We had him on last week.
Well done. Well done. He's been a stalwart, and he's going again another year.
Tyrell Sloan, who loves the fast track, Brian. 9 tries in 11 games at Win Stadium. Loves it. Sharks take on the Knights. Sharkies take on the Knights to close out round 24 of the National Rugby League. Same 17 for the Sharks that kept the Titans scoreless and hammered them last week. Dylan Lucas in for Christian Mapapalangi. So there was talk about Lucas not being available, but Mapapalangi, who scored last week, Dylan Lucas looks set to be back in the side.
Yeah, Sharks for me.
Okay.
Sharkies. Sort of warming to the task.
11 years, or 10 years, in fact, since the Knights have won in Cronulla. Sione Katoa, 7 tries in his past game, 8 games at home. And Sam Stonestreet, 4 in 3 NRL appearances. He's flying out of the gates. Could have had 5, almost had a hat-trick at the last game. So that's how that's all playing out for round 24 of the National Rugby League.